तेरा सिलेबस पढ़कर हो गया क्या?
हुआ बहन, कुछ भी नहीं हुआ है।
यार मेरा भी पढ़ना रह गया है, मुझे भी बहुत सारा पढ़ना है।
कैसे होगा पता नहीं।
क्या हुआ शिवानी? शिवानी,
You see in the scene, which is maybe of cardiac arrest or pulmonary arrest, which occur anywhere nearby you in any of the person. On that condition, you need to provide CPR, a cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation is an emergency medical procedure used to restore blood flow, circulation and breathing, in which cardio refers to heart function and pulmonary refers to lung function. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation is a combination of chest compression and rescue breathing. When someone's heartbeat is stopped and if a person has pulse but does not breathe, artificial respiration is more appropriate.
Now definition. CPR is a procedure to support and maintain breathing and circulation for a person who has stopped breathing and whose heart has stopped. Now types of CPR. First is basic life support. Basic life support is a specific level of pre-hospital medical care which include the use of automated external defibrillator and without drugs. Second is advanced life support. It is used to provide urgent treatment to cardiac emergencies such as stroke, myocardial infarction and other conditions.
Purpose of CPR: to save the life of the patient, to restore blood circulation, to open the airway and to maintain breathing.
Principles of CPR. First is to restore effective circulation and ventilation. Second, to prevent irreversible cerebral damage due to anoxia. When the heart fails, to maintain cerebral circulation. For approximately 4 minutes, the brain may suffer irreversible damage.
Indications for the CPR. There are 2 conditions on which we give the CPR. First, cardiac arrest, which includes ventricular fibrillation, ventricular tachycardia, asystole, pulseless electrical activity. Respiratory arrest, it includes coma, drowning, stroke, epiglottis paralysis, accident, injury, suffocation. Now, the contraindications for the CPR: do not resuscitate order.
So these are the steps that we follow during the CPR. The first step is scene safety. So the first step of CPR is always a scene safety. Or in the hospital setting, you just need to wear a mask and gloves to protect yourself first. Coming on the second step is checking the response of the patient. To check the response, always tap on the shoulder of the patient. Never shake the patient because it could have some kind of cervical injury, trauma to the cervical area. The third step is call for help. Say anybody there to help. If no one is available, then you have to take out your mobile phone, just dial number, put the phone on the speaker mode and carry on the step of the CPR. Where if someone is standing over there, so you can just ask the phone to call the ambulance and give the details. The details should be number of casualties, approximate age of the patient, exact and precise location. Or if the patient is inside the hospital, announce code blue. Now you check for the pulse and breathing simultaneously for 5 to 10 seconds, and the pulse which we palpate is always the central pulse, that is the carotid pulse. And then you have to check the breathing of the patient simultaneously. You go down in the axis of the patient and see the breathing. The minimal rise the chest and the abdomen. Secondly, you can hear and feel the voice of the patient. So now let's see how the healthcare personnel check the patient and take the breathing. After you have evaluated, the patient is unresponsive, having no pulse, no breathe, then obviously you have to start the chest compression. The sequence of the chest compression would be CAB. C stand for circulation, A stand for airway and B stand for breathing. Before starting the chest compression, you need to know the high quality chest compression. The component of high quality chest compression should be: the first component should be hard and flat surface. The rate of the chest compression should be 100 to 120 per minute. The depth of the chest compression should be 5 to 6 centimeter, that is 2 to 2.5 inches. Allow recoil of the chest and minimize the interruption, which is less than 10 seconds. Before starting the chest compression, you have to expose the patient fully, right? And you have to locate the hand position at the hard bone, that is the sternum, and the back to support we have the vertebra. So we have to compress between the sternum and vertebra. In the lower half of the sternum, that is 2 to 2.5 centimeter above the xiphoid process between the nipple line. So this is the position. Then position of your hand should be interlocked and elbow should be straight and unlocked, and the shoulder are exactly above the chest. The fingers of your lower hand should be elevated from the patient chest, and start the chest compression.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 up to 30.
After compression, it's time for 2 rescue breath. According to BLS sequence CAB, we need to maintain the patency of airway through just a simple maneuver is called head tilt, chin lift maneuver. If patient is having a cervical injury or trauma, in this kind of scenario, you go for jaw thrust maneuver. Let's see how to perform. You just have your finger at the back of the jaw and protrude the chin outside and upward. So the lower incisor are outward than upper incisor. After that, we will go for breathing. Now you breathe in ratio of 30:2. 30 chest compression, 2 rescue breath. Nowadays, instead of mouth-to-mouth breathing, we just use a ambu bag. After making a good seal of mask, before that, we need to know the mask should be placed at bridge of the nose and margin goes in the row between lower lip and chin. Now, hold the mask in C and E technique. C make with your index finger and thumb, and other 3 fingers makes E. C stand for compression of the mask and E for the elevation of the jaw. This is called head tilt chin lift maneuver. Then start breathing with 2 breaths over 3 seconds with counting 1001, 1002, 1003. Let's see how to perform.
1001, 1002, 1003.
After every 2 minutes of 5 cycles, you rotate among yourself. The person over giving the breath come on the other side and start compression. At same, the person who was giving the compression come for the breathing. Now let's see how it's done without any interruption.
Hey, are you okay? Hey, are you okay? Somebody help! Somebody help! Is there anyone? One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 up to 30.
1001, 1002, 1003.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 up to 30.
1001, 1002, 1003.
After compression and breathing, some complication can see within the patient: coronary vessels injury, myocardial injury, hemothorax, pneumothorax, rib fracture, sternal fracture, hemopericardium, and interference with ventilation.
Conclusion on CPR. Because of an emergency, no time is lost to initiate cardiopulmonary resuscitation procedure. The success of the CPR depends on the speed with which the basic life-supporting measures are to be effectively initiated. Rapidly determine the presence of cardiopulmonary arrest in the patient by noting 2 cardinal signs: respiration and apnea, and absence of carotid pulse. No equipment is absolutely necessary for performing effective cardiopulmonary resuscitation procedure. Remember that the external cardiac massage or chest compression and artificial ventilation should be started within 4 to 6 minutes after cardiac arrest. Otherwise, irreversible brain damage will occur as a result of oxygen deprivation and lack of circulation. Now, after that, immediately start the CPR procedure in the patient, in which 30 chest compression followed by 2 rescue breathing is considered as one cycle. In 1 minute, you have to give 100 to 120 chest compression in a 4 cycle with the depth of about 2 to 2.5 inches and 3 to 5 centimeters. Be careful not to provide too many breaths or too much breath with too much force to rescue chest compression to restore blood flow. As soon as an external automated defibrillation is available, apply it and follow the prompts. Thank you.